Hello, I'm back doing my live, and if you're watching me for the first time, if you're wondering why am I doing my live, because I'm on a live challenge. But of course, I don't want to go live for the sake of going live, so I would like these lives that I'm sharing to be like a digital diary, like a footprint of what I've been sharing. And while as much as I say that this is like a digital diary for me, I also appreciate you who's watching me live or perhaps watching the replay. And so it shouldn't just be about me, and I appreciate you who's watching this. So I do get feedback, I get private message on a few of the videos that I did. I think the recent one was about the orange juice, which was a story by Wayne Dyer. And the question was that, yes, as much as it's the thoughts that we accept when we are being squeezed, we're being pressured, that's what's being expressed. At the same time, because in that particular video, I think it was day 7 of the challenge, I also mentioned a trivial detail that we have about 6,000 thoughts a day. And for a start, that feels a bit overwhelming. On one hand, you realize that it's the thoughts that's being impressed into you, that's what's being expressed. But there are 6,000 thoughts a day. That's a little bit overwhelming to deal with. So the question I get when someone private message me, perhaps they're a bit shy to publicly post the question. So how do we go about dealing with so many thoughts and be mindful about the thoughts that we accept and how it's being expressed? So the good news is that only 5% of thoughts you are actually conscious about it, and that's not by me, it's by neuroscientists. Only 5% of the time we are consciously aware of what we are thinking. So just do it mathematically. If you think that 6,000 thoughts a day is too much to manage, the good news is that you only have to stay focused on the 5%, and that reduces it to about 300 thoughts a day. So that's much lesser. Doesn't feel so overwhelming as the initial number of 6,000. So with only 300 thoughts a day, I know just by saying that it feels still a little bit overwhelming, 300 thoughts a day. So how do we be mindful about the thoughts that we are accepting into us? So here's a tip that I shared with my clients as well. Instead of feeling overwhelmed with the number of thoughts that you want to be consciously aware of what you're accepting, start with how you feel. Yes, when you start to observe how you feel, you can actually reverse engineer as to what the thoughts that you have. Okay, so that's an intellectual idea. This was something I shared with my clients as well. Intellectually, perhaps you kind of understand, but let me break it down further. If you look at the way your kid sits at his or her desk when they are doing their homework, if they are slouchy, they're putting their fists near their chin, and then they're taking they have the expression on their face, you can guess just based on their behavior, they are not feeling too happy about doing their homework. Perhaps they want to go out to have fun, right? So you just see that was exactly how I've just put it down to application. Hi Shoei, nice to have you with me. So what I illustrated earlier was you, perhaps as a parent, observing the behavior of your child. That behavior represents the feeling that you're guessing that your child is having. And based on that feeling, you can also reverse engineer to what the thought that your child is having. Of course, I'm not asking you to make assumptions. It'd be good to actually ask your child what is he or she thinking, or rather, start with ask how he or she is feeling. That feeling will help you to reverse engineer the thoughts you have. Okay? So that's an application of an intellectual suggestion that if you feel overwhelmed, having to be mindful of the thoughts that you have, and that's maybe 300 thoughts that you're consciously aware of, one easier way is to observe your feelings, right? The feelings will help you to re-engineer on what are the thoughts that are actually bothering you. Okay, so I hope this tip made sense, because as much as I want to share, as I'm on a life challenge, I would like to share something that's of meaning to me and of meaning to you, especially if you actually pause to watch my live and giving me a like. That was much appreciated. So I do appreciate you stopping by to watch my live, and if you do need any form of clarification, feel free to my head running around. Feel free to the question if you, although slow the response, because if you are not friends, it might be in the hidden inbox. But I hope this resonates, and I got you stopping by, watching the live. I hope this makes sense to you. And if you have any clarifications, feel free to pop in the comment box below, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow I think I'll share a story. Yeah, there's actually a very nice story to share. If you do, just hashtag live and let me know that you are here, or hashtag replay, and I appreciate you being here, and I love to see you back tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.